Hello students, I hope you all are safe and healthy. Now I am starting with the next topic, that is of civic, that is of secularism. Now what is secularism? The introduction has been given to you that these acts of discrimination takes place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at expense of other religions. Clearly, no one would wish to be discriminated against because of their religion nor dominated by another religion. Now, in this, they are saying that every religion are equal in the eyes of law. Secular means that every religious have the equal opportunity. They can follow them any of this. Fine. So, what is secularism? The Indian constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices as they interpret these. They are saying that all the individual, whether the person belongs to Christian, Hindu, Muslim, or you can say any of the religion, if they are belonging to Sikh, any of the religion, they can follow their own religion, and no one will say that you don't follow it, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. No one will do this. Fine. So, in keeping with this idea of religious freedom for all, India also adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of the state. That means the religion, if I am following Indian religion, Hindu religion, so I will not be forced anyone that you have to follow this only. Anyone can follow it. If I belongs to a government, so I will be following that only. Is it clear? Now, why is it important to separate any religion from the state? The most important aspect of secularism is its separation of religion from the state power. This is important for a country to function democratically. Almost all countries of the world will have more than one religious group living in them. So they are saying that we cannot even follow the one. We cannot even say that you have to follow this particular religion. You have to you can do any of the religion. You can follow any of the religion, because if you follow any state, if you are thinking you are belongs to a state, and you will say that you have to follow this, then the discrimination will happen. Then the people will be unhappy with your things. Fine. So what is Indian secularism? See, this is important for us as well. We have to follow it. They are saying they have a three things we have to follow it. One secular state can realize its objective to ensure the following: the one religious community do not dominate the other one. That means one religion cannot dominate the other one. Like if I belong to Hindu, I will not say that you don't follow it, you don't do it, you have to do this like this. You can't even do it. Some members do not dominate the other members, same religious community. That the state does not enforce any particular religion. State are also not following it. They are also not saying it that you have to follow this religion. Everyone has to follow their own religion. So whenever we have to celebrate any of the festival we are celebrating in the locality, you can see that if the particular locality is there, they are celebrating their own religion very nicely, their own festival very nicely, right? So they have the freedom. Like in constitution only it is being written that we can follow, we have the freedom to choose their own religion. And if I want to change my religion, I can change my religion as well. Fine. So points in Indian constitution, it's been written. Indian constitution bans untouchability. You must be aware of untouchability. The person who belongs to a low caste, it's not been that they are the untouchable. That means they are not entering in the temples, they cannot enter in our house, they cannot eat this. That is a untouchable things. Untouchability should not be there. In this instance, the state is intervening in religion in order to end a social practice that it believes discriminate and excludes, and that violates the fundamental rights of lower caste who are citizens of our country. That means that the person who is belonging to lower caste, their things have been hampered as well. Similarly, to ensure that law relating to equal inheritance rights are respected, the state may have to intervene in the religious based personal law of community. The state can also intervene in this, because this is a right that no one can follow. No one can misuse those things which is being written in the Indian constitution. Now, in order to end a social practice that is beliefs, we should follow it, we should think about it, we should think that that thing should not be done. Fine. In what way? is Indian secularism different from that of the other countries? Like the first amendment of US Constitution prohibits the legislature for making the laws respecting an establishment of religion or that prohibit the free exercise of religion. What is meant by the word establishment is that legislature cannot declare any religion as an official one. They are saying that they cannot follow their. Now I would say that in India the every religion has been having their own power. They are following their own religion. No one is being restricted. The state is not pressuring any one of them that you cannot follow this, you cannot follow that. Okay, so the in the preference of in the USA, the separation between the state and the religion means that neither the state nor the religion can interfere in the affairs of one another. There is one significant way in which Indian secularism different from the dominant understanding of secularism as practiced in the United States of America. This is because unlike the strict separation between the religion and the state in America secularism, in Indian secularism the state can intervene in religious affairs. In America it is not been there, but in India the state can intervene in the religious affairs. If anything been wrong going on, then the state can follow it. State can also intervene in these things. Indian constitution intervened in Hindu religious practice in order to abolish the untouchability should not be followed. It is strictly banned everywhere. If someone is following it, the case can be filed on them. Fine. So in India, secularism through the state is not strictly separate from the religion. It does not maintain a principled distance, vice versa religion. This means that interference in religions by the state has to be based on the ideals laid out in the constitution. So whatever been there, whatever been mentioned, they can do it. These are the few words which is being used as a glossary, like coercion, to force someone to do something. In the context of this chapter, it refers to force used by the legal authority like the state. Fine. So freedom to interpret, they have the freedom, they have the independence. They can do whatever they wanted to. Intervene means influence. They can in the context of this chapter, it refers to the state effort to influence a particular matter in accordance with the principle of the constitution. That means they have the rights to intervene in between. That means they can change the things, they can change the religions as well. I hope you must have understood secularism, so we'll be following it. In short, I'll give you a summary. Secularism means that the state will not interfere any of the religion. Fine. So take care of it. Thank you everyone. And if you face any problem, just jot it down somewhere. We'll be discussing. Take care.